Hey guys, how you doing? Cole here. Today we're on r/VaxxHappened. So yeah, get ready, strap yourself in, get ready to be shocked that these people actually exist in the same world that you and I do, and these people are somehow allowed to vote. Blows my mind. Anyways, let's just jump into it. This is a standard vaccine composition. Which of these chemicals do you object to having in your body? Ethanol, propyl acrylate. You know what? You get the idea. Somebody replies, all of them, and then the OP replies, really? Because I've just given you the chemical composition of an apple, which is living testimony to the fact that anti-vaxxers aren't qualified to know what they're scared of. Look, the fact of the matter is scientific words can sound scary, but the thing is, if you understand what they actually are, and if you research them, and you research what they do when they come together, the odds are they're not that scary. My favorite is when people are like, dude, be careful, there's dihydrogen oxide in that. And then when you, if you have a slightly scientific brain, you know what that is. Seriously though, there's been so many examples where people will say that to somebody and they'll get freaked out and they'll try and ban it. I believe it's happened in a few schools as well. Like, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, look into it, it's funny. But yeah, the moral of the story is scary words aren't always scary. People complaining about the length of the COVID lockdowns. Not staying home, not wearing a mask, not getting vaccinated. Effing government. Yeah, I really never got this. Like the Melbourne anti-lockdown people. Like, yeah, you going out the day before the lockdown gets cancelled without your masks on, purposely trying to spread germs and stuff like that. All you're doing is sending yourself backwards. If you succeed, you get into another lockdown. So it kind of just validates the whole point of you going out there and protesting, quotation marks. So vaccinated people can go out without a mask, but not the uninjected. That's racist. No, it is not racism, and you claiming it is racism kind of invalidates other forms of racism, which honestly in itself is kind of racist. But yeah, let's not get caught up on that. So I personally believe that if you're in a place with the virus being a constant threat, you should still wear the mask even if you are vaccinated. That's my personal thing, and it's my honest advice to you, because let's not get caught up in all of the headlines. We got to remember that the vaccine still isn't 100% efficient, which means that you can still catch the virus even after having the vaccine. We've also got to remember that it's not efficient against other strains. And the fact of the matter is, if you're in a place that has a lot of coronavirus disease, there might be another strain out there that you're unaware of, that your government's unaware of, that you might catch and you might spread. Until herd immunity is reached, I don't think you should not be wearing a mask if you're in these areas that are absolutely crawling with COVID. Obviously, I understand everywhere is different. Here in Tasmania, we don't need to wear masks because we have closed borders. Well, they're not closed at the minute, but yeah, we have a whole lot of systems in place where we haven't had COVID for literally like hundreds of days now. So yeah, I understand things are different everywhere, but if you're in an area that is still being hit hard by COVID, please wear a mask. Please wash your hands. Please just do basic hygiene things, and things will get better slowly but surely. I got caught with a lot of flack last time I mentioned that I still believe that you should wear masks, and I'm not exactly sure why. So if you have criticisms of what I've just said, please let me know. But yeah, I'm just fucking sick of people dying, man. I'm sick of it, okay? That's it. The vaccine is not a vaccine. It's an experimental mRNA therapy that has killed both animals and humans, not to mention the increased risk of cancer, etc. I will not be taking it. What options are available for those who would never take the experimental injection? First off, it is a vaccine. It's not experimental. It's not therapy. Where are you getting the supposed increased risk of cancer? Are you talking about supposed blood clots? I'm confused by what you're trying to state. It doesn't make any sense. Hundreds of millions of people have gotten the COVID-19 vaccine and survived perfectly fine. We're talking about a very, very small, very, very, very small percentage of people who have had adverse reactions to the vaccine. By all counts and by pretty much all governing bodies, the vaccines are currently listed as safe. They've gone through so much testing. They've gone through a lot of testing, and although people are saying, oh, they haven't gone through as much testing as other vaccines, they've sufficiently passed the testing required. And it's not just by the countries of which the vaccine was made in, they've passed it in many, many other countries that don't have a stake in this at all, that more or less would prefer to have their own homegrown vaccine be more safe or whatever. But yeah, Some countries have no stake in it at all and are classing it as safe. Some countries like Australia, who can take their time to make sure it's safe, can list it as safe. I think that's how you know it's safe, right? World War III, weapons of mass destruction, experimental COVID-19 vaccines. We are not lab rats. Yeah, you're not. You're not being tested on, I don't know, unless you signed up for a clinical trial, then no. And by the way, those people who signed up for clinical trials are bloody heroes for what they do. Just saying. Putting themselves legitimately at risk to figure out, which is the safest for their fellow man. That is a selfless act, man. Like, I know obviously sometimes there's monetary gain or whatever, but still, it's a selfless act. We sit here and we thank our healthcare workers every single day, but, we don't thank the people who let themselves get injected by something that, they had an idea was safe, but they weren't quite sure about. So that's pretty cool, man. What's the dumbest questions you've ever been asked? Today, a patient asked for a new water pitcher because his was sitting there like all day and tasted dry. The man said his water tasted dry. Someone asked if they could get a full body blood transfusion to get rid of the COVID-19 vaccine they just received. And what's the point of getting the vaccine? Somebody who needed it could have taken that, Literally anybody else could have taken it. If you're going to go in there and go, yes, I don't want this vaccine, this life-saving vaccine, I don't want it anymore. And now, you know what? Give me blood of people who have donated this to save people's lives. That's what I want. What a selfish piece of... I identify as vaccinated. There, now leave me alone and go on about your business. You're a big person, trying to equate not getting a vaccination to save your fellow man and woman to trans issues. You are a piece of... Our 11th-month-old was sent to nursery school on Monday. By Wednesday morning, she started throwing up, went to doctor, started with diarrhea the afternoon, went to hospital emergency Wednesday night. Thursday morning admitted with rotavirus. She had been immunized with homeopathic... Okay, gotta stop you right there. Listen, get vaccines when you send your kid to school, okay? Just get them vaccinated. You know why? Because they will catch that stuff and they will spread it to other children. We have these magical vaccines for a reason. Please utilize them, please. Only in America. Some anti-vaxxers are embracing social distancing to protect themselves from the vaccinated. Their theory is based on a bogus theory that the coronavirus vaccines cause recipients to shed proteins that can cause infertility and miscarriages. One anti-vaxxer, New York pediatrician Larry Palavsky, is calling for vaccinated people to wear a badge on their arms so anti-vaxxers can not go near them. So like the Jews in World War II. Okay. You could just stop being crazy and then maybe we could get somewhere. Actually, I don't even like saying the word crazy because crazy implies some mental condition, and these people are just stupid. I've never been vaccinated in my whole life, and I've never had an illness whatsoever, no flu, chickenpox, or even as much as a cold. I knew a kid who was vaccinated and who was allergic to pollen, because those things are related. I don't ever believe anyone who says they never get sick to like this extent of I've never been sick, because, yeah, they're just lying. Anyways, I think we're going to end the video there. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a like and maybe even subscribe if you're brand new here. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to the mega ultra silly bugger. You can't see, but I was dabbing. Caitlin, thank you so much for the support on the channel. It means so much to me. Thank you very much. Also, shout out to the rest of the ultra silly buggers. It'd be Seb, the Dune Rat, Florian, and Liam Rosengarten. And then shout out to Declan for being the longest time member. Anyways, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye.